kino-call out daw si Dare to Ask. At syempre, kaibigan natin si Dare. Sinasabi daw na engaged sila in inauthentic behavior along with other Facebook pages. Hindi kami kasama dun sa pinangalanan. Ang sabi ay hyper-partisanship daw ang ating pagpo-post sa Facebook. I'm sure tinitignan din tayo. PCIJ article to, wag nyo nang puntahan, wag mo silang paligayahin by giving them greater engagement. But I want everybody to be aware of this. Mayroong article, ang PCIJ, na kino-call out ni Dare. Doon na lang kay Dare ninyo tignan yung partial na article. At sinasabi na, yun na nga, yung pagpo-post daw natin is a form of yung hyper-partisanship daw natin, puro fake news, na pagka kino-call out daw yung mali natin, we distract people, we attack them personally, we bring up another subject, o kaya may mga whataboutism, ganyan. Ang kinaiinisan ko, they talk in very general terms. Lahat ng pro-Duterte ganito. Okay? Bad enough that they do that. Pero unang-una, what is wrong with the partisanship? Or even with hyper-partisanship? People are expressing their opinions. Why are they so worried about our opinions? Sasabihin nila, kailangan pati yung opinions pina-fact check. You make the facts available. I agree, but if people are mistaken, make the facts available. But in the end, talo sila eh. Talo sila because they are insisting on a particular narrative. And tignan ninyo, invested sila na ang hyper-partisanship daw at saka ang gumagawa ng fake news, yung mga pro-Duterte, because that's how it reads. Hindi man lang nila kinall out yung common sense. Hindi man lang nila kinall out yung ibang mga pages na halatang halata na either pro-administration sila, pro-Martin, pro-yellow, pro-pink, and nobody is calling them hyper-partisans. Nobody is calling them and saying na, huy, bakit nyo binabastos yung mga pupunta pa kayo sa mga wall namin para balahurain si PRD o balahurain yung opinion namin. Parang ang pinalalabas nila, tayo lang may tolls, tayo lang may ganun, when the evidence points to them as well. Sabi ni Ma'am Ola, si Auntie Claire ba daw ay protected sa kanyang mga sinasabi? Hindi siya na-call out. O hindi siya na-call out, tayo dapat yung nagpo-call out sa kanya. Di ba? Bakit niyo naman nasabi na hindi siya na-call out? What does call out mean? Kung ikaw ang boss, you don't, on the strict meaning of the word, papagalitan ka. Tatawagin ka, tapos you'll get a scolding or pagsasabihan ka. Pero generally, di ba, ang accepted term ng call out is it's the public who does that. Well, at any rate, pagka sinabi ninyo din naman na hindi siya pinapagalitan, bakit naman siya papagalitan? Mukhang yun naman ang gusto ng administrasyon na gawin niya. Di ba? Yun ang gusto ng mga boss niya. So why are you wondering bakit hindi siya nako-call out? Don't wonder. Kasi maliwanag naman, di ba? Maliwanag naman na gusto nila yan. Nabasa niyo ba ninyong MR ng House sa inyong palagay po, may laban ba sila? Hindi po kasi ako yung justice. Pero, hindi pa sumagot. Grabe, no? Ayan. I read most of it, so meron nga silang mga factual and legal issues that they have raised. Aside from that, predictably, yun nga, yung mga regarding kailan sila nag-archive, kailan sila, the fact that the House is primarily responsible and the sole authority to initiate and to file an impeachment case. Sila daw dapat ang mag-define ng procedure nila. No, hindi ko po napanood yung Indian interview. I'm comparing it kasi kay RH. Madaming lumabas to correct her. Who is RH? Madaming lumabas to correct her. Pero pag si Auntie Claire, wala masyadong post. Pero you're right, bakit pa nga magtataka? Who is RH? Can the power of the purse, scheme, or setup in Congress be changed? Not without amending the Constitution. Sabi ni Ma'am Josephine, the gal po with an A, of Attorney Claire denying that she alleged VP Sara went to Kuwait without travel authority. Oo nga, tinalay siya doon. That was badly done on her part. I don't know why this administration is allergic to apologizing. Ano kung magkamali? So nagkamali siya, all she has to do is apologize, admit the mistake, rectify it, and move on. Rizzo Hontiveros po. So, okay, but why do we bother to use the initials? Why are we using initials now? Okay, so let's do it this way. Kapag nagsusulat tayo, before you use an abbreviation, you spell it out, di ba? O so kunwari, even if you're posting lang, post ka ng ganyan. So first gamit mo ng pangalan, hindi pa initials yan. Gagamitin mo muna yung long form. So in the first instance, babanggitin mo Rizzo Hontiveros in parenthesis RH. Di ba? Because it saves time. So, sabi ni Kaupe, Ma'am, wala no need to apologize kasi ngayon ko lang sinabi yan. Huwag kayong mag-apologize. Okay lang yun. Hindi tayo nagagalit. Ano lang, kaya lang, sayang yung oras, di ba? Sabi ni Kaupe, they do find it hard to apologize, nakakababa daw ng status nila. Eh di lalo lang na-underscore, either they're rude, pagka ganyan, bastos. Diba? Imbis na aminin mo because hello, everything is on the internet now, you can't hide it. So, admit it, apologize, move on. Thank you kay Daniel Renegado for sharing the live. Sabi ni Joshua, makikisit sit-in po sa classroom. Opo. Sit-in? Ang saya naman. May mga argumento si Sen Marcoleta na hindi raw na-include sa 10 session days ang impeachment. Pwede po ba makontempt ang House kung mapatunayan na nagsisinungaling ang HR? First, establish your facts. Yung sinabi ni Senator Marcoleta was not an argument on the 10 session day rule. Kung di ako nagkakamali, kasi ang pagkakatanda ko is that hindi talaga kasama sa order of business yung impeachment complaints. It was included only in the journal kasi dinagdag lang nila on the day of the caucus itself. So, hindi po okay. Ang contempt po ay kung contemptuous yung behavior. Ano yung contemptuous behavior? Bastos. Bastos sa Korte Suprema, bastos sa mga mahistrado. Ano yung mga level ng kabastusan? Yung hindi ka nag-o-obey, isa yun. Hindi ka uma-attend ng hearing. Ayan. Pero pagka it is something that you said, ang contemptuous behavior po, yung degrading na speech. Hindi yung ina-argue nila kung ano yung jurisdiction nila, covered yan ng free speech. Hindi po ganun ka-sensitive ang Supreme Court. Hindi rin dapat ganun ka-sensitive tayo. Pag ang court, they should be encouraging free speech. Okay, tayo din. Okay, I know na ayaw natin yung sinasabi nila. I know na ayaw natin na nakakapunto sila ng ganon. Pero ang pinaglalaban natin is ang kalayaan magsalita at magpahayag. So dapat we allow yung as much freedom to speak their mind. Sila naman ang nagmumukhang they're the ones who are lesser for it. Better that we hear how they argue. Better that we hear what they say about the Supreme Court. If it is not contemptuous behavior, it is covered by free speech or by their immunity if it's a privileged speech or during session. So, wag tayong masyadong mapikon doon sa sinasabi nila kasi dapat ang pinaglalaban natin, yung kalayaan natin na kahit kaya natin dapat sabihin maliban lang doon sa pinagbabawal ng batas. At ang gusto natin, ang interpretasyon ng hukuman sa mga batas is wide enough para lahat tayo, we can feel free to articulate what we feel. So, wag po tayong masyadong mag-aano doon sa indirect contempt. Pagka yung andun na sa punto, yung mga tipong katulad ng sinasabi ni Secretary Larry Gadon, na may insinuations na bayad or masama yung mga mahistrado. Ayan. Yung sinasabi, yung mga insinuations na loyal sila dun sa nag-appoint sa kanila. Yan, medyo. But the court will want to interpret that in as broad a way as possible so as to encourage free speech. Remember, nung pinatawag kami sa TRICOM, ano yung pinaglalaban natin? Di ba yung kalayaan na pwede tayong magsabi ng ating saloobin? So, yung kalayaan na pwede natin pag-usapan ang ating mga officials. So, ganun yan. Sabi ni John, posible po kaya na mag-lodge sa JBC ng opposition against the inclusion of SOJ Boying sa shortlist ng names para ma-appoint as ombudsman. People have written to the JBC before. you can write to them. Wala naman pong sinasabi na bawal po yun. Sabi ni Awi, I mean the fact that there are people on SOCMED posting about Auntie Claire caught in the act of lying, I think that's calling out. We're asking for the MSM to call her out. Alam natin, they won't do that. So, di ba, wag na tayong magtaka. Hindi naman, I get it that you want to frame it as a question. Pero yung totoo niyan is we know why. Di ba? Her boss thinks that she's doing a good job. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep her there. Or at least a competent job. For them, yan ang gusto nilang sinasabi niya. For them, as long as she's there, parang nakakampante sila. They think that she's helping. Sabi ni Henoviva Tomlins, kawawa tayong lahat because in the end, at the end of the Marcos term, maglalayasan lang ang mga yan dala kaban ng Pilipinas. Which is why ngayon pa lang, dapat pinaghahandaan ng mga mag-aambisyon for the next administration yung paghahabol sa mga ito. Thank you kay Pompoko, hi kay Sir Ian, hi kay Ma'am Chechi, kay Livy, at saka kay Frechi. At Chechi the Frechi pala. Thank you, Ma'am Artemis, at kay Ron Galeza. Ma'am Ieda, thank you very, very much. Sipag ng mga nasa TikTok ngayon. Sabi ni Maliken, Sara Duterte, I wanted a bloodbath, but it won't happen for now. What is your definition of a bloodbath? Sa akin, the fact that the House of Representatives has been exposed na minadali nila, na hindi nila binigyan ng pagkakataon si VP Inday na makasalita o mabigyan ng chance na makasagot. Okay lang yan, bago yan. Pero yung hindi man lang sinama yung ibang mga kongresista na nawagan sila caucus, hindi session, na kailangan nilang itago. Naglagay sila na, nilagay daw yan sa order of business, pero as revealed by Senator Marcoleta, hindi talaga yan nalagay sa order of business. Yung para sa akin, that is, already, for me, they're exposed as a national embarrassment. So para sa akin, hindi ako sure kung ano yung definition nyo ba ng bloodbath. Gusto nyo balahuraan? Para sa akin, taking it to court, making the Supreme Court the battlefield for this, gawaing abogado yan. And she was proven right. Doon sa laban niya, ang laki na na-expose doon sa mga kongresista. So, for me, this is a better version of a bloodbath. Well, not better, that would be comparative. This is my version of a bloodbath. Ang saya ko lang. Kasi sino ba ang naano dito? Everything was done up by the book. Pinile yung petition, nagkaroon ng exchanges of pleadings and all that. But the public has seen them for what they are and what they did. I think that we will also have to have a leveling off. Ano ba yung ang definition ni VP Inday ng bloodbath? Ako, certainly, given na papunta na tayo sa 2028, she will not jeopardize her position anymore. We're, trabaho. So, even if she calls it a bloodbath, everything she did was perfectly legal. And sino yung nagmukhang masama dito? It's the House. Para dun sa mga nagtatanong kung anong opinion ko kay Vice Ganda, yesterday po pinag-usapan natin yan. So first things first, number one, we don't give out opinions on every little thing. Pero pinag-usapan natin si Miss Vice. Kumbaga, we even played yung sa concert niya, yung sinabi niyang pasaring kay former President Duterte, pati yung all the way until yung sa end ng statement niya. Now while she may have been parang articulating something that was akin to a parody, pati yung PI, ang nakikita natin dyan is this is an expression of frustration on her part, of pikon, kumbaga. Lahat tayo may kalayaan magsalita at magpahayag. Kung pinapahayag ni Ms. Vice was her frustration over the result of both the Supreme Court decision and the decision of the Senate to archive the impeachment case. So, hayaan niyo lang siya. Siyempre, frustrated sila. Panalo naman si Inday. Sabi ni One Punch Jam, si Soto rin ang hilig kumapit. Thank you kay Ma'am Stephanie, Karen Stephanie, kay Chechi, dami. Thank you kay Miss Karen, kay Chechi, kay Ma'am Nona Flores, kay Miss Artemis Louise. Hi kay Miss Elena, kay Ma'am Nona Flores. Thank you very, very much po. Wow. Bakit dapat ipapatawag din yung mga survey firms sa HOR? What do you mean? Saan yan? Sa TRICOM? Actually, hindi nga dapat kasi may Supreme Court decision na ang survey firms at yung kanilang publication ng findings nila are covered by the freedom of speech. So, sabi ni Ma'am Jocelyn, is that your grandchild sa dun sa personal page ko? Opo, siya yan. Sabi ni Judge Hawk, hindi po siya she, sakit po sa tenga, him po. First of all, him is a direct object. So, hindi ba pwede kong tawagin ng I understand that she doesn't care what gender reference you make or what pronouns. So for me, it seems more appropriate to assign her the gender that she wants. Ang liit na bagay po nun para sa akin. So if you want to call her by another pronoun, that's all right also here. Reference said, what do you think po, our VP Sar, if we win the 2028 election, sa tingin niyo po ba babaliktad? Bakit naka-quotation marks itong mga kongresistang ito? Likewise, nung ginawa nila kay FPRD. Are you quoting the Vice President? Sabi ni Way I See It, talo mga impeachment authors dahil yung pinaka-eyewitness sa mga kabalustagan nila naging senador na. Wala silang maitago. Maski ang cover-up gawin, huli yung bad faith nila ng Supreme Court mismo. I think primarily yung problema nila dun sa factual matters, they were asked. They should have reduced it into an affidavit saying, ito yung mga nangyari doon. They were asked for certain facts, di nila binigay. So, di ba? They have to live with the consequences of their non-answer. Sabi ni Alan, madalas kong nai-imagine na nung araw na kinidnap si PRD o pumalagang MIP. MIU? Okay. At least AFP dahil sa illegality at unconstitutionality. I think on their part, they weren't aware of what was happening. Most of them were not aware of what was happening in real time. So, yung mga nandun, I'm sure they were, I think that it would have been normal for them to think that if he was going to be arrested, dito muna sa Pilipinas, hindi yung isasakay siya. So, nobody anticipated that. My concern right now, though, is, yun na nga, ginawa na nga, what are they going to do about it? Pero let's contextualize it. Ayon sa saligang batas, the AFP is the protector of the people and of the state. Di ba? So, pag ikaw yung protector of the people and of the state, yung pwede mong protektahan ang mga tao as against the government. Now, kung yun na nga, nangyari yung kay PRD, ano yung basis nila para gumalaw? Na bahagi ba yon ng protector sila of the people and of the state? I would argue pwede, kasi si PRD, bahagi siya people siya and it is capable of repetition. In other words, nung kinuha si PRD, they could do it to other citizens as well. So, but I don't think there was time for them to fully appreciate kung ano yung nangyari. Thank you, Ma'am Stephanie. Hi kay Miss Joyce. Hi kay Merle. Ma'am Artemis, thank you very much. At kina Ma'am Karen. Uy, live goal achieved na pala tayo. Bilis naman. Mag-assign na lang tayo ng isa pang live goal. Mukhang magkakaroon ng karaoke session ngayong araw na to. Dali lang po kailangan mag-set up ng panibago. Okay. Sabi ni Digital Dynamobos, nga, insensitive si Vice sa mga jokes niya. Kaya di dapat siya sensitive if tawagin siyang Mr. Lalaki naman siya. To be fair, from what I understand, hindi naman siya sensitive sa genders. To be fair lang I think maliit na bagay yun na pag-aawayan natin pati pronouns niya. Para sa akin, if the issue is yung for me yung pinagtatawanan niya si PRD at the lowest point nga in his life, ika nga ni Chris, huwag siyang sensitive pag tayo naman, pag it's our turn. Sabi ni Ma'am Maldita, ano sa salitang unconstitutional ang hindi maintindihan ni Tito Soto and others na anti-Duterte senators and legal mercenaries? I saw what you did there. Di ba? Hindi ko rin, kumbaga, I really felt so frustrated pinapanood namin sila dun sa Senado. It was so frustrating na balik sila ng balik dun sa argumento nila. But for me, hindi ba kayo nakakaintindi ng basic strategy? Hindi na nga nag-work. They are not convinced by what you said. Yung pag-uulit-ulit ba ng sinabi mo na hindi na nga pinaniniwalaan at hindi pinapanigan, yung pag-uulit ba, ay yun ba ang strategy nila para makumbinsi yung ibang mga senador? Parang ang feeling ko, it was the basest, lowest, most walang pinag-isipan na strategy. Meaning, hindi sila nag-strategize. Parang ang feeling ko is that they were just, kumbaga, suntok sa buwan ng yung ginagawa nila and nag-aksaya lang sila talaga ng oras natin. Sabi ni Ma'am Christine, I don't think we're as low as Vice to mock someone at their lowest. Totoo yan. Totoo yan. Sabi ni Chito, alisto po tayong lahat dahil maaaring political scapegoating ang issue ni Vice Ganda. Maybe. Pero ang babaw, kung yan ang strategy nila, then clearly it's not working. Sabi ni Cloud, basta Jollibee ako, mas okay naman chicken nila. Kahit sa Times Square, New York City, pinilahan ko yan. Surprisingly, New Yorkers line up for Jollibee, so wag na mag-McDo at ganyan pa ang endorser. Sabi ni Ma'am Josephine, in the concert ni Vice, it was attended by the likes of BAM. Di ba they are social? Do they also like the Kanal satire ni Vice Gandang Kaba? I think they're there to support Vice. Like I said, I don't want to be part of those people who want to limit the space for free speech. Mas gusto ko nakakapagsalita ng ganyan, masakit man madinig, pero at least alam natin kung paano sila mag-isip. Alam natin kung sino yung mga walang kwentang tao na hindi natin pagkakagastosan ng pera. And yes, pwede na tayong umiwas dun sa mga ini-endorso niya. Malaya naman din tayong gawin yon, di ba? Pero wag natin ipanawagan na na parusahan ng ganun yung speech niya in the sense na we will take legal action. Kahit si PRD, nalaban siya, sagutan kung sagutan. Pero yung mananawagan tayo na, to take legal action or para magkaroon ng batas para hindi na pwedeng sabihin yung mga ganyan, pinapaalala ko lang, ang laban natin ay para sa kalayaan magsalita at magpahayag. So kung sakasakali, nag-ayaw natin yung sinabi ni Miss Vice, then may bawi naman yan later on in the same manner na ginawa niya. Sabi ni Maying, louder, ang ganda nun. Which part? Marami na kayong sinabi dito. Sabi ni Lowell, nag-Jollibee kami ngayon habang nasa live. Oy, social. Buti pa kayo. Ano yan? Chicken Joy. My favorites. Ako kasi, I ate everything but McDonald's today. At hindi ko na plano muna mag-McDonald's for a long time. Yan, sabi ni Ma'am Jocelyn, tumakdo. Company, happy ang taong bayan kung maalis si Vice na endorser. Sabi ni Ma'am Rina, sakit na talaga yun ng mga pink, ang pagiging mata pobre at feeling entitled. Meron din tayo dapat pag-usapan na na-call out daw si Dare to Ask. At syempre, kaibigan natin si Dare. Sinasabi daw na engaged sila in inauthentic behavior along with other Facebook pages. Hindi kami kasama dun sa pinangalanan. Ang sabi ay hyper-partisanship daw ang ating pagpo-post sa Facebook. I'm sure, tinitignan din tayo. PCIJ article to, wag nyo nang puntahan, wag mo silang paligayahin by giving them greater engagement. But I want everybody to be aware of this. Mayroong article, ang PCIJ, na kino-call out ni Dare. Doon na lang kay Dare ninyo tignan yung partial na article. At sinasabi na, yun na nga, yung pagpo-post daw natin is a form of yung hyper-partisanship daw natin, puro fake news, na pagka kino-call out daw yung mali natin, we distract people, we attack them personally, we bring up another subject, o kaya may mga whataboutism, ganyan. Ang kinaiinisan ko, they talk in very general terms. Lahat ng pro-Duterte ganito. Okay? Bad enough that they do that. Pero unang-una, what is wrong with the partisanship? Or even with hyper-partisanship? People are expressing their opinions. Why are they so worried about our opinions? Sasabihin nila, kailangan pati yung opinions pina-fact check. You make the facts available. I agree, but you make if people are mistaken, make the facts available. But in the end, talo sila eh. Talo sila because they are insisting on a particular narrative. And tignan ninyo, invested sila na ang hyper-partisanship daw at saka ang gumagawa ng fake news, yung mga pro-Duterte, because that's how it reads. Hindi man lang nila kinall out yung common sense. Hindi man lang nila kinall out yung ibang mga pages na halatang halata na either pro-administration sila, pro-Martin, pro-yellow, pro-pink, and nobody is calling them hyper-partisans. Nobody is calling them and saying na, huy, bakit nyo binabastos yung mga pupunta pa kayo sa mga wall namin para balahurain si PRD o balahurain yung opinion namin. Parang ang pinalalabas nila, tayo lang may tolls, tayo lang may ganun, when the evidence points to them as well. It points to everybody else. It points to all the parties. O, di ba? O, tingnan nyo. Case in point, ayan, may dumating na toll dito. Anong hirit? Instead of engaging, instead of providing evidence or taking a stand and giving us an argument, anong sasabihin? We, yak na lang kayo, yak, ganyan. Is that an argument? Is PCIJ calling that out? Is Rappler? Nobody is. But they're all driven to call out the pro-Dutertes for hyper-partisanship, for not arguing correctly, yung mga ganon, ninang-aaway. When actually, if you look online, kahit ko na rin, we confine ourselves to our wall, we'll post something, may dadating doon, babaluhurain ka, are they calling them out? No. Kamusta naman si common sense na walang ginawa kung hindi mag-churn out ng mga Fiona posts or Piatos posts? At inamin, nag-apologize daw kay VP. So, this one is not even, kumbaga, it's established, they did not deny it. And do they find any space in the PCIJ article? No. My beef is this. PCIJ wants to be the voice of God here, but I'm sorry, there are a pantheon of gods out there and we don't need to listen to you. And sino may sabi na kayo yung tama? At sino may sabi na yung hyper-partisanship namin is inauthentic behavior? Parang pinalalabas nila na hindi tayo sincere, we're just posting this para manalo si Vice President Inday Sara sa 2028. Holy smokes, di ba? Ano ba yan? Hindi ba pwedeng mahal lang namin yung mga Duterte? Walang ganon. Di ba? Kailangan it's part of a big conspiracy. Pero tayo, nakalagay sa article, inaakusahan tayo ng conspiracy theorists daw tayo. That all of these things that the government though is doing, they're just out to get the Dutertes. And what they want to say is, conspiracy theory lang yan. Oh, please. Diba? But my point then is this, so frigging what? Okay, so conspiracy theorists yung iba namin kasama. What about yung mga kasama ninyo who are conspiracy theorists? Will you call them out? Are they wrong? Because if you're going to call us wrong, the same behavior reflected by those people who are on your side, unless in denial kayo na mayroong nagaganon, what are you going to call them? And in the end, all of this is still free speech. It's all free speech. So if there is anyone who is advocating for a smaller space for us to be able to give our opinion, para dun sa mga naghihikayat na mas maraming batas laban sa mga fake news, hyper-partisanship, etc., etc., they are advocating for less free speech. Gusto nila mas maliit yung espasyo para makapagsalita at magpahayag. Sino ngayon ang tyrannical? Sino ngayon ang maladiktador? Kailangan, hindi tayo pwedeng mahal na mahal yung mga Duterte, di ba? Hindi pwedeng ganon. Matagal na tayo, we've been living with the accusations na yung poon mo, okay, sure. Hindi kami pikon, pero kayo, pag nakikita ninyo na marami kami at marami kaming sinasabi at nasasalag namin lahat ng mga media and comms operations ninyo, you have to come out and call us hyper-partisan and fake news. Ay sus. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. What's good for you, we can do too. So I'm gonna call out PCIJ and say, why didn't you include common sense? Why were you not talking about the troll farm of Mar Rojas in the 2016 elections? Bakit Di ba? Again, in the same way that I reacted to Senator Risa Hontiveros, bakit kami na naman? Bakit nga ba kami na naman? Parang kami na lang parate. And when you cannot find anything in the law to find us liable, you will create something na some fault. So ngayon, ang creation ninyo fake news. Ang creation ninyo hyper-partisanship. Ay! Yun talaga. Saan yan nakalagay sa batas? Gusto ninyo ilimitahin yung free speech space natin? Diktador. Concerned na naman si Sir. Ay, concerned si Sir. Nag-worry si Sir pag tumataas ang boses. Nagigising siya. Tapos titignan niya kung may kaaway ako. Di ba no, Sir? Sabi ni Ma'am Josephine, there's this Karen attorney, cannot really move on sa confi funds, piatos, etc. Kaumay na, every time may interview, yun na lang lagi ang question. So palpal siya kay Mig Zubiri. Ay, yun na nga but then we have to see that for what it is. We can tell, PCIJ, bakit pag si Ma'am Karen, parating iisa lang ang tanong at nakakonsentrate yung kanyang mga katanungan towards a particular communications agenda? Why aren't you calling them out? Her out. Why aren't you calling out the likes of, sino ba to, yung ibang mga vloggers na dilaw? Diba? Why aren't they being called out? Sabi ni Revex. When does free speech end? Thank you. The limitations of free speech are written in the law. So there's libel, inciting to sedition, inciting to rebellion, inciting to war, false publications. There is a certain limitation during election time when you are when your speech intends to keep people away from the polling places. So yun ang limitasyon. What do you mean free speech does not end? Kasi you're thinking of it like it's a road. It's not. It's a field. May border siya. Ayan dito si Sas. Madam Shkir, akyat ka?